All right, people. Season
God.
one, episode
All right,
23.
let's go. Here we go.
It's
Uh,
rivalry week in college basketball. A lot of great games this week, a lot of great games last week, but this week is some of the better games of the year, right? In terms of
yeah,
your rivals and who you're playing.
tomorrow's
Uh,
February 1st, so everything should tick up a notch. We
yeah,
got
here we go.
6 weeks to go to the tournament. Uh, you know, the weather's going to start to get a little better in some
Yeah,
parts of the country, and teams are going to start their drive for postseason action generally on February 1st. So here we go. It
yeah.
should be interesting.
Yeah, I think teams are revving up. Teams are getting better. Some teams are cooling off. The
Right.
upsets this year have been unbelievable, man. No team is safe from being upset. I mean, I watched UNC lose to Georgia Tech last night. I mean, Georgia Tech's won like 9 games all year. I mean,
Yeah.
they played them all the way to the wire and then beat them at the end, man. So, but yeah, things are revving up. Let's talk about Sharon Moore, who we said that would be the right pick.
Yeah, he was the pick, definitely.
It was doing the right thing,
Right,
giving him the credit for what he did, when Harbaugh was out.
right,
Um, their transfer portal hasn't exploded because they got him, which is good for them. Um,
right,
I think he'll run some guys out because all coaches do that when they come in as the head guy. There might have been guys that Harbaugh liked that he never liked.
right,
But that'll all weed itself out in the springtime, because the portal reopens up in the spring, and I think a lot of guys then he'll run off or they'll leave.
right, right,
Um, I thought it was a good hire though. I obviously think they're going to take a step down from where Harbaugh was
right,
as a coach, but who knows, man? You got to have players. If he's got players and he can coach and motivate and recruit, I think he'll be successful there too because they have unlimited funds, unlimited
right,
support,
right.
right? So
Sure.
it's hard to miss there, man. I mean, Rich Rod missed there, which I was shocked by, but I had a feeling Rich Rod wouldn't do well there because of there are some restrictions on academics there. I mean, they just don't want any, a West Virginia
Right,
recruit coming there, right?
right.
Um, and then who was the other guy that was there, Nick, that failed there? Brady Hoke.
Brayton Hoke.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I just don't think he was ready for that big time, right?
Right.
I mean, we beat them that year. That was the only time
Yeah.
we beat them in ever that year
Yeah.
when he was the coach in 2014. We beat him in Ann Arbor too.
Yeah.
So something we've talked about, and I've been saying it's bubbling, it's happening. Keyshawn Booty, LSU. He's now with the Patriots.
Right.
Got arrested on Thursday for underage gambling. Opened an account up when he was 20 years old in his mom's name with her credit card.
Right.
Placed over 8,900 bets. That kid's got a problem. In 14 months, he placed 8,900 bets. That's a
Right.
lot of action, Nick. All right.
Right.
I mean, I
It's
don't
like,
know. I can't do the math on days to bets, how many bet a day, but if
right.
it was a lot. Let's just say it was a
Yeah.
lot. Okay.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, how many days was it?
it's 14 months. You want me to do
Okay. So,
the math
so
real
it's like,
quick? Hang on. I'll do the math real quick if we have to. So it's 30 times 14, 420 days.
right.
Let's add another 10 for the 31 days, right? So
Right.
430 days,
Right.
8,900 divided by 430 days.
Right.
Shit, hang on. 8,900. Ah, divided by 430 days. That's 21 bets a day. He got after it. Okay. Some days must have been more, some a little less, but on the
Right.
average, he was laying down 21 bets a day.
Right.
17 bets on college on LSU on college football, 6 bets on LSU, not LSU the team, but LSU him. Prop
Right.
bets.
Oh, okay.
And the one they have him recorded on was the LSU FSU game, which I just happened to be at.
All right, all right.
in the Superdome. So that game happens. They lose to FSU on a missed like extra point. They missed a couple field goals. They were terrible special teams wise, and that's cost them the game. They lost by one. But he played terrible. Didn't really get the ball thrown to him. After the game, he was I'm transferring. I'm out of here. He was so angry. He goes, Brian Kelly doesn't want me in his program. I'm out of here. I'm not even sure why I'm still here. Brian Kelly needs to go, or I need to go. It's him or me. I mean, he went off. Now, I didn't realize, Nikki, that the reason he went off is he lost a ton of action that night. It had nothing to do with him and Kelly. It had to do with the action, because when you lose action, you come up with all kinds of excuses why you lost the action. You know what that's about, Nick. I know. I started bringing up all kinds of stupidness why I lost my
all
bet.
kinds of conspiracy theories.
Yeah. So unbelievable. It's a lot of betting for one human and underage. So he's in trouble. I mean, I don't know what they do with it. I just think that he's once again the very minuscule tip of the huge gambling iceberg that's going on out there.
Definitely.
Right? I mean,
no doubt about it.
Washington, Arizona, and Bama. So they lost a ton of guys to the portal because their coaches kind of flipped around, right?
Right.
But some of the guys are coming back to Bama. Some of them are coming back to Washington with Jed Fish there.
Right.
And then Arizona, I guess their new coach from San Jose State is starting to get some guys to stay there as well. So it just seems like initially everyone was like, we're in the portal, and then they've come back. And now guys are moving, like a bunch of Washington portal guys are moving to Bama.
Oh, okay.
And a bunch of Arizona portal guys are moving to Washington. So they're following their coaches. I don't know. I guess that's a smart move, right?
Right.
What do you think? I mean,
if they don't, I guess I don't know whether it's sad or I guess they're not involved with the school at all. They're trying to, they're tied to the coach or comfortable with the coach, and it's a job. And like any job, they're gonna, move on if their boss moves on.
right. Yeah, I guess that's it. You're right. It's a good point. So that's going on. The other thing is we're at mid-season now. It's time to pick your final four picks, right? What do you? I mean, I have my four. I'll go first, and I'll let you think about it. I've watched a few games, more than I usually watch, but I've watched a few. I really like that UNC team. I think they're pretty balanced. They got some really good stars. I like the Kentucky team. I think they're young and really, really good, man. I really like that Kentucky team. If I had to bet someone to win it all right now with good odds, I would bet Kentucky.
Okay.
I love Purdue. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen come postseason time because they've learned they seem to choke. And I really like UConn. I think they could repeat. I mean, they're pretty balanced too.
Right.
What do you got for your final four picks?
I think UConn. I think Kentucky as well. Then I'm going to go with maybe a sleeper like Texas A&M.
Okay.
And from the Pac-10, there's just a Pac-12. There's just really nobody out there. Is there anybody you have your on? Maybe I'll say like Illinois or something like that.
Yeah, Illinois is good. They're good. They're really good. That's a good pick.
Right.
My sleeper, if I had to pick one, would be Iowa State. I think they're pretty good.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
And they've beaten some good teams.
Right.
So yeah, I mean it's halfway point.
Right.
I really did. So here we go again with the NC2A so mad at Georgia and Bama, they're cracking down on Tennessee, Nick.
Right.
Tennessee paid this kid Nico Imaliva a bunch of money, $8 million over 4 years. wrote up a nil deal for him. Started paying him while he was still in high school. So it became an inducement more than a nil deal, and the NC2A is not happy about it.
Right.
And they're coming after Tennessee. Of course, Tennessee learned from the playbook from UNC, saying
Right.
let's lawyer up and just keep lawyering up, and eventually they'll go away. The NCAA will go away. What do you got? You're my attorney on staff. What do you got on this lawyering up situation?
So I went and got the complaint today and took a look at it. It was just filed today in Knoxville, Tennessee.
How'd you get it, by the way?
I
How'd you
just
get
printed it off. It's a public document. I just
Okay.
printed it. Nothing fancy. And basically, it seems like the NCAA is trying to enforce a rule that you can't discuss NIL until you're
a student, right?
a
Enrolled?
student. Yeah, until
Right.
you're enrolled.
Yeah.
So you don't really know what you're going to get paid until you sign up, which seems a little strange, but I mean they're gonna try to do it, I guess. And Tennessee and the states of Tennessee and Virginia are suing the NCAA in federal court, saying that that's an illegal restraint of trade, an antitrust violation.
All right,
So
real
we'll
quick
see.
before you continue, real quick.
Sure.
Lincoln Riley has come out public and said, "Hey, when you come on your lookout to SC,
Right.
before we even talk to you about showing you the campus, getting you to sign up with SC, we take you into a different room and you line up your nil deal."
Right.
Now, I guess that would be breaking that law. But I thought the problem with Tennessee was they started paying him while he was still in high school.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if SC's doing that, but I
right.
thought that was the problem. Became an
No,
inducement,
I think you're right. I think you're totally right and totally hit the nail on the head. That is a problem.
right?
But I guess maybe this nil is just snowballing and getting
Oh, it's
out of
crazy,
hand.
crazy.
And because I saw today the Boston College coach Jeff Hapley left late today to go be the defensive coordinator of the Packers. And one thing he said was, in college, I wasn't coaching much football. I was recruiting guys, re-recruiting guys, and it wasn't really, you with your players out in the field,
And fundraising for more nil
but
money.
and fundraising for more new money.
Yeah, yeah. That's a complaint that I heard from Michael Oxley at Maryland. Not that he wasn't coaching. He just said the re-recruiting's hard, but he said that, and Willard has said that to me personally. He said the fundraising for nil money is taking up all my time.
Right,
He's like it's become another job on top of the job I already have.
right,
You know,
right,
um, not the re-recruiting, but the fundraising. And Locke's problem was the re-recruiting, that you get a guy, you commit to him,
right,
you take care of him, you make sure he's good. You build him up, you give him the nutrition he needs, you give him the
right,
weight training he needs, the training he needs. Then he gets to the point where he's ready to play for you, and then he fucking leaves.
right,
And he said it's a killer, it's killer. And he goes, and I've lost a bunch of guys, but no one that I would. He said he only lost a couple guys that he was really disappointed in. One of them being Chop Robinson.
right,
Um, but he said, it's going to happen to everybody. It's not just happening to Maryland. He said it's a problem for everybody, for every program. And I
right.
think it ran Nick Saban out of college football, to be honest with you.
I think you're right. Yeah,
Saban got tired of it as well. All right. Well, speaking of that, the portal, not a lot of action. Maybe another 20 or 30 people committed. Now, the only guys that can go in the portal now are coaches leaving. They got 30 days, and also grad transfers can go at any time. They're always
right.
open. So numbers are kind of flat, so won't even go over that. All right. Last week you were
So
nine and. Go
I
ahead.
do have a quick question. So now it's February 1st. I think so. All schools around the country are into their second semester.
Yeah.
So you finish out the semester at your school, and then you move on in the summer, or you move on right
No,
away.
they moved on in the winter. They're at the new school now. The guys who
Okay.
committed, they're at the new school because
Yeah.
they're going to be playing spring ball. They
Right.
can't do
Right.
spring ball unless they're enrolled at the
Right.
university.
Right.
No, they're already there. And if they're not at a school now and they've already enrolled, they can, I guess, enroll in the summer, but they better be academically eligible. I mean, this gets a little tricky if you don't have a spot, and this is where the black hole happens in the transfer portal, man, where these
Right.
guys don't make a commitment. They don't want to commit too early. They don't want to commit too late. Then they don't commit at all, and now they're sitting at home this semester.
Right.
Some of them get into trouble when they're at home. Some of
Right.
them get into no good, and they
Right.
stop training. They don't have the nutrition that the university
Right.
provides for them. Now they're kind of in a pickle, man. I mean, I know. I mean, I always speak about Maryland because I'm so entrenched in that program. I know everything about it,
Right.
knowing the coaches, knowing the program, being
Right.
involved in all of it there. I know there's like 15 guys that went in the portal from Maryland that don't have a home yet. And I
Right.
don't know where those guys are at. I mean, I can't worry about them, but I don't know where
Yeah.
they're at. They're sitting
Right.
at home.
Right.
I mean, some of them are good players that had an
Right.
opportunity that could have stayed here and played next year, but
Right.
they thought it'd be better somewhere else, and now they got nothing.
Right.
And
That's a
it's
tough
not just
thing. Yeah.
Maryland. It's obviously there's 49% of the guys who went in the portal are still out there, man. That's over
Right.
1,100 dudes that don't
Right.
have a home as of yesterday.
Wow. It's a lot.
It is a lot. It's
Yeah.
a lot. So that's that. You were 9-9, still hovering the Mendoza line, right at 500.
That's right. But you weren't. Why don't
I
you tell
went
us about
12-6, baby.
it? All right.
I had a
Sweet.
good week. Let's just say I had a pretty good week. Auburn, Bama. We both took Bama, and I think let's see, Bama wins at home. No, you took Auburn, which was a loss, I guess, and I took Bama, and Bama
Right.
won.
Right.
Georgia, Florida. We both took Georgia. We both lost that one. Florida won in overtime. That was a good win for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, I saw them play last night. Wow, man, they're really good. Holy crap. Chris Beard, they played Mississippi State last night. That was actually a really good game. Um, Ole Miss may be a sneaky, team come tournament
Sneaky.
time, man. They defend and they shoot the three.
Right.
Um, they won on the road. You picked them. I picked A&M. Lost that one. How about UCLA, Nick? The win
A
again.
little life. A little life in the Bruins.
There is a little life in the Bruins. That's Mick Cronin, though, right? I mean, he
Yeah.
can coach, man. I
Right.
mean, I felt bad they got that off to a weak start. I mean, they're not tournament bound, obviously, because they got too many L's already. But maybe they make a run in the Pac-12 tournament,
Yeah.
and get in
Yeah.
that way. Marquette, they're really good, man. We both picked them. They beat Villanova in a tight game. Villanova's played everyone tough. Hasn't beat anyone, but played everyone tough.
Right.
DePaul is done. I mean, they lost by 50 last night.
Yeah.
They lost by 30 here to Creighton. We both picked Creighton.
Yeah.
Oh no, you picked
I
DePaul.
picked the ball.
You
Yeah.
did. You thought my boy Matt Brady would get him going again. No, they're finished. Don't pick them
Right.
again the rest of the year. I don't think they win another game.
Right.
Iowa State wins at home. We both picked Iowa State in that game, which is
Right. Good.
really good pick. Um,
Right.
they played Kansas tough. Texas Tech, Oklahoma. Tech wins on the road at home. I think Oklahoma's pretty much toast, right? I mean,
Right.
they've lost every big game they've played in the last 3 weeks. Houston's another team we got to think about for the Final Four. They're really good, man. This Texas game, I watched this game. This was a really good, well played game. I picked Texas. You picked Houston. Houston won. Houston's got some really good athletes, and Calvin Sampson really gets after a defensive
Right.
end. Man. He is a great coach.
Right.
I wish Merrill would have interviewed him, man. I don't know why they didn't. So Michigan State, Wisconsin. You picked Michigan State. I picked Whiskey. Whiskey rolled them.
All
We both
right.
picked Maryland. Maryland had a really good game against a really decent Nebraska team. They beat them by 22 and should have been more. Actually, they were winning the whole game. I picked Rutgers here to cover, and they did, just barely. 68-60 was the final score. You picked Purdue. Rutgers plays them tough and beaten them the last 2 years, but this time they didn't. Rutgers really didn't have much, but supposedly they got 2 of the top 3 best recruits in the country coming in next year. So they should be pretty good next year.
Yeah, I think Ron Harper's son is one of them.
Yeah, right. UNC, they're really good, man. UNC is really good. And then they lost to Georgia Tech last night. And I watched that, but they're a really good team. Clemson got told. I don't know if you watched any of this Clemson Duke game. Clemson got completely hosed, man. They got Cameron Indoor.
Oh, they really, yeah.
Yes, they go up one. Yeah, they go up one with like 5 seconds left. Duke throws the ball in, runs it down. The guy takes some wild shot and does the Duke acting thing right in midair.
Right.
And they called a foul on Clemson. It was a bogus call.
Right.
And the guy made both free throws and they won the game at the buzzer. And we both put Clemson. We covered with the points, but they should have lost.
Right.
Cuse, they're a different team at home, right? I mean, they lose to everyone
Right.
on the road, but at home, they're straight up good at home. All right, Temple, East Carolina was at this game. We should have covered. We should have covered, by the way. Temple had a layup to win the game at regulation, missed it, went into OT. They were down by like 4 in OT with the ball, throwing up some late second shot that doesn't mean anything except to us, because we had Temple in 5.
Right.
And then they rebounded, get fouled, make 2 more free throws, and we lose the bet. So tough loss.
Right.
And then you picked Richmond. You were right. They're tough at home, and they beat a ranked Dayton team. Then the upset of the week had to be Arizona State, 18.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
Against in Corvallis. And they go down.
Damn.
So I'm gonna share my screen quick. I want to show you the last minute of that game.
All right.
I mean, Arizona was getting beat going into the last minute. So let me share it here.
All right, check it out. How was East Carolina? Good little trip?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. It was a great trip. It was a really, really good trip, and I had a great time. All right, can you see my screen?
Not yet. Well, just take me. Yeah, it's okay. Just take me through it. You don't have to show it.
Here we go. Hang on. Let's see. It is right here.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
All right. So this is the last minute here.
Right.
Last 2 minutes, actually. Boom. A 3-pointer and a foul. Can you hear the volume from the computer?
No, but I don't need it. It's okay.
Okay, yeah. Lay up there. So now they're down 4, right?
Right.
They come down, turnover. Remember, they were down like 8, I think.
Right.
Lay up. Down 2 with 52 seconds left, okay?
Right.
I mean, they're still winning. They go down, brick, block, save. And I guess Larson gets fouled here. So he comes down, makes both free throws. Hang on, he made one, so he make the other one. Put this on the full screen. All right. They're not calling timeout. Look at this. Look at this. Step back. Bucket.
No. Brutal.
How beautiful is that? Is that the best or what? Step back.
Down the hatch.
Hang on. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
It was an unbelievable step back to win the game, a rainbow three. All right, so I did do a road trip this week to East Carolina. Anytime any of us travel to a game, we should talk about that week, right?
Right,
Because
right, right,
it's fresh in our minds, and it was a really good
right,
time. So East Carolina reminds me of College Park in the '80s. It's just, the rules are still kind of lax, like they were in College Park, right? In the
right,
'80s, not now.
right,
Um, really good bars, cheap food, cheap drinks, fun. Everyone's having a good time. I'm going to share some photos from it because there were some great. There was a lot of good times. I took a lot of great pictures. So let's
all
see
right,
here.
check it out.
Um, so this is kind of the campus, right?
Right,
Let's see if I can. All right, here we go. There's the campus. That's the football practice facility. Sup Dogs is like their version of the quintessential college restaurant bar. It's
right,
like their VU.
right,
I don't, every college has a quintessential bar, right? The
right,
bar. It's
right,
always the dumpiest, the grossest. The food's decent.
right,
They got plenty of booze and it's cheap, right?
right,
In East Carolina, it's Sup Dogs. So when you
right,
walk in, they let you walk in like almost right onto the court, which is very cool. No metal detectors, no high security. I mean, this is reminds me a lot of Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis and Butler.
right, okay,
Well, there you walk in and you literally are onto the floor, and then you go up into your seat. There's my son.
cool,
It's called Mingus Coliseum. That every school has one of these, right, Nick? The Hall of Fame.
right,
All their ex-great players are on the wall, which is very cool. This is really neat. Robert Jones went there from the Cowboys. So we get there. Get this. You see where we're standing, right? We're on the court.
right,
Um, hang on. I mean, so me and Ian are right there with Shelly. We're right on the court. Literally, these are our seats, and there's the Temple benches right there, right? So
right,
get this, I had bought 3 seats up, like mid-level, kind of
right,
up here somewhere, let's say. Okay, you see
got
my
it,
mouse?
right,
That's kind of where we were, which was fine. Those would have been great seats. But Shelly, the morning of the game, is coming down for breakfast and meets the coach of the school and starts talking to him in the elevator. When we're going down to eat, I was
uh-huh,
I was already down there. She's talking to him and she tells him, "Hey, we're here for the game. We came with my son, who's a Temple student." He says, "Give me your email. I'm gonna take care of you guys. I'm gonna have you sit right behind the bench."
no
And Shelly's
way,
like, "No, no, it's cool." And he's like, "No, no, no. Give me your email. Don't worry. We'll transfer those tickets to you right away." Literally, like 10 minutes later, we had tickets first row, right behind the bench.
right
And
behind
when I look,
the
that's
Temple
my
bench,
photo. Look at this.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, that's no zoom lens. That's
yeah,
no
right,
craziness. We're literally right there, man. Look at this
right,
picture. That's a great photo. The starting five, right before they come out
right,
for announcements. All right, let me pop through these pretty quick. Look at this photo. I mean, that is. You can tell you're right there. You can see the emotion in the guys. Look, I mean,
right,
you can see the emotion in his face. It's so cool, man. So being that close is always the best. Usually for Maryland road games, I can get these seats, but for Temple, I wasn't sure how to ask, who to ask.
right,
But
that's
Shelly got
great,
it.
man,
Yeah, she
yeah,
got it done, man. It was unbelievable. Look at this. Like this is the yeah. There's the coach right there. Adam Fisher's their coach. He's a Penn State grad. Um, Coached at Penn State last year and came on to Temple. This is his first year at Temple. Um, there's the mascot. Let's see. There is one of the photos is actually a video, so I'm gonna get to that. Look at that picture. You know,
yeah,
one of their players, Jaheel White, right there. I mean, I love pictures like that when you get capture the essence of what's going on, you know?
right,
All right. So Temple was up 8 with 2 minutes left. We think we got it in the bag. Me and Ian, by the way, are 5-11 on the road. 5-11.
right,
It's hard to win on the road, Nick. All right.
right, right,
So we're up 8 with 2 minutes left. I said, I think this was in the bag. He says, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. It looks pretty good. You can see now we're only up 2 with a minute left because ECU started pressing up and down the court, and they got like 4 turnovers in a row and scored buckets on every single one of them. It was terrible.
Right.
So Temple Hazir Miller, their best player, misses this free throw, makes a second one. Now they got 60. It goes 60-60 because he missed the layup at the buzzer. Goes into OT and they lose in overtime, which was a heartbreak.
Right.
So here's some of the more photos of the campus and stuff. Get this, man. All their food deliveries are done by these little robots at ECU. This is
Oh,
not
really?
this is not College Park in the 80s anymore. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this little thing. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So all the food deliveries are done by those little robots. They were all over campus. There's the pirate. There's me and Shelly on courtside taking a selfie. All right,
Good
here's
one,
the
yeah.
video, Nick. Look, this is where we're at.
All right. Oh, cool.
Let me. That's us right there, first row, right behind the bench, man. Then what I like to do when I go into college campus and I know some people there or their kids are there,
Right.
I'll take them out to dinner. So these 3 ladies, their families are friends of ours. So
Right.
they're all 3 sophomores at ECU. So we took them out to dinner when we got there. With
Got it.
me and Shelly and Ian took them out to dinner, and they had a great time. It was fun to, catch up with them and take them out
Right.
to dinner. And that was at Sup Dog.
Right.
Oh, hang on. All right. So that was fun. That was a really good time. It's a great campus, man. I highly recommend it. I heard the football scene's really fun. I don't, they've been good in the past some years, but typically they're like, 500 team. All right, so let's get into the picks this week.
All right. Thanks for the report. It's excellent.
Yeah, man, it was really a fun trip. Really, really enjoyed it. I think Shelly and Ian also enjoyed it. So it's always good to go on these trips. And now Shelly's starting to join me and Ian on them, so it's been fun with her as well.
Yeah. Plus,
All
she
right.
gets your tickets.
What's that?
Plus, she gets tickets in the elevator.
Yeah, that was unbelievable, that pool she had, man.
Yeah.
All right, Virginia Tech v. Miami. At Miami, Miami's a 4-point favorite.
All right. I'm going to go with Jim Larinaga. I'll take the Hurricanes.
Me too, man. I think Miami's actually pretty good.
Right.
All right, the annual Duke v. UNC. I got UNC as a 3.5-point favorite. I'll pick first, and I will take UNC.
I'm going to second that motion.
Yeah, Duke's just okay. Maryland at Michigan State at Sparty,
Right.
and Sparty's 6-point favorite.
I'm going to go with the Terps there. Michigan State's historically tough at home. They're very good home team, but I think Maryland's going to play a good game. And
Yeah.
6 is enough points. I'll take the Terps.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think so too. And I was at this game 2 years ago. It's a tough place to win at, man, because the refs are against you, the team's against you. They play a very physical brand of ball that the refs don't call any fouls on them. They really muscle you around. And
Yeah.
I do think that Maryland has gotten used to that now, and hopefully they play better. But they're playing really good right now, the Terps.
Yeah.
So I like them as well.
Tom Izzo had a milestone win this week. I forget what it was.
Did he?
700 or 800 or something. Yeah.
I hate Izzo. All right.
Yeah.
And then the next game is Purdue -4 at Whiskey. I am going to take Wisconsin with the upset there.
I'm in 2. I like the Badger at home.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Another place I've been to, another tough place to win at.
Right.
So Houston versus Kansas. Like, these are all rivalry games. These are all the best 2 teams in the leagues playing each other. Right?
Right.
Houston, Kansas at home, 3-point favorite.
I'm going to go with the Cougars all the way.
Houston again.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm gonna take Kansas there at home.
All right.
BYU
All right.
versus WVU. WVU a 1 point skinny favorite.
I'll
Basically a
play the
pick 'em.
travel. I'll play the travel angle. That's a long trip to West Virginia. I'll say
No, it's
West Virginia.
at West Virginia.
Yeah, at West Virginia. I'll say West Virginia wins it. BYU's got a long way to go.
So do I. I love the travel angle you like to play.
Yeah.
Iowa State on the road this week at Baylor, getting 5.
I'll take the Cyclones getting 5.
Okay. And I'm gonna take Baylor at home, big.
Okay.
UConn, 4.5 point favorites at St. John's. Probably the game's at MSG. I don't know, but
Right.
I would think it's at
Yeah,
MSG.
I would agree. I would assume that.
I'm gonna take the Johnnies there to win.
Okay.
You?
Yeah, I'll take the Johnnies there too.
Okay. Providence versus Vanilla Nova.
Right.
Vanilla Nova's a 4 point favorite.
I'm going to say that Providence will play them tough. I'll take them +4.
I will also take Providence.
All right.
Oregon.
We're moving on to the Pac-10, the West Coast games.
Yes, your favorite. Oregon versus UCLA. UCLA, I got them as a 4 point favorite at home. I'm gonna take UCLA.
I'll take Oregon.
Okay. You're not sold on UCLA yet, huh?
No.
All right. Wazoo versus UW.
Uh,
The 3 point favorite.
in Seattle, I'll take the Cougars. I'll take Washington State there.
And I'll take UW. Stanford versus Arizona. Arizona 7 point favorite at home.
I'll take Stanford. I'll take the Cardinals. Cardinal.
All right, I will take Arizona at home. I think they're pretty dominant at home. Florida, who's actually playing good now. The Kentucky at Kentucky -6.
I know we both like Kentucky from this point on.
6 points a lot though.
Maybe Florida needs that. I'll take Florida there.
And I'm going to take Kentucky. South Carolina on the road, South Carolina just beat Tennessee in Tennessee. -4, their favorite against Georgia. I'm gonna take Georgia there in the upset.
I'm going to take Mike White's Bulldogs too.
Tennessee. Sorry, we got 2 Kentucky games, but
That's all right.
both
Yeah,
games are
no,
pretty
that's
intriguing.
good. Yeah, they're good games.
Tennessee at Kentucky. Kentucky again -4.
I'll play the same card. Tennessee +4.
And I will too. I'll take Kentucky. Then the last game is the Battle of Richmond. Richmond versus at VCU. VCU is a 4 point favorite. I'm going to take VCU there.
I'm going to join you. I'll take the Rams.
Okay. All right.
All right. Very good.
Those are good picks, man. Anything else you want to catch up on? Really like VCU. Get an opportunity. We should go there in the fall. I think for a football weekend could be a lot of fun.
All right.
It was fun for basketball, and it was 70 degrees there both days. It was nice.
Good.
Really nice. I mean, we could have wore shorts actually on Saturday.
Right.
We didn't, but we could have.
Right.
Maryland's playing good right now. They're really coming on, man. Thank God.
Right. This is the time of year to do it. February 1st. This is when everything,
Yeah.
everybody gets a little more steam in their stride, a little more spring.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you, Nikki.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thanks again.
Any other questions you have? Anything else you want to catch up on?
I can't think of one. I think we're all set.
All right, man. See you. Bye bye.
All right, take care, brother. I enjoyed it.